Welcome to Because You Asked. I'm Barry Nussbaum. Back with our continuing series of Ask the Ambassador. We're with Danny Ayalon, former Israeli ambassador to the United States, worked at the United Nations for Israel, former deputy foreign minister for Israel, and a member of Knesset. Danny, thanks for coming back.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Of course. So let's talk about BDS. Everybody knows what it is. Everybody knows it's a worldwide movement to economically ruin Israel. And many people believe it is a coordinated worldwide attempt to destroy the state of Israel. What most people don't talk about, however, is that the people that are often hurt the most by BDS are not the Israelis, the Jews living in Israel, but actually the Arabs in the area.
Absolutely.
What's your thought on that?
Well, you're right. First of all, the Israeli economy is strong enough that no BDS will deter countries and companies who need Israeli technology from continuing and purchasing it. It hurts the Palestinians in two ways. First of all, those who are employed. Many Palestinians are employed by Israeli companies. And by trying to cut the manufacturing, let's say, of Israeli entities in Judea and Samaria, that would mean laying off of Palestinians.
So that's what happened at SodaStream.
Absolutely.
I do not support this boycott. It's not good because the workers were Arabs and there will be no jobs.
But there is another thing which people do not think about, and that is by subscribing to BDS, by promoting BDS, by keeping BDS alive, it gives the Palestinians the illusion that they may win the war by not doing anything. That means they think that the international community or the BDS movement will deliver Israel to them on a silver platter.
We will suffer, as Israel suffers, from the boycott. But the entire Palestinian civil society has said we are ready to pay that price to gain freedom, justice, and equality.
Which, of course, is nonsense. So, by them continuing being intransigent, the Palestinian Authority, I'm not talking about Hamas, of course, they are not making any move towards peace. They think that they can sit still, and this may hurt them for the next centuries if they do not just come back to their senses and negotiate. And the BDS, as you mentioned, the BDS is not designed to change Israeli policies vis-a-vis settlements or anything else. It's designed specifically to destroy the state of Israel. And the battle cry of BDS is, from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free, where there is no room for Israel. And I'm saying that because unfortunately there are some misguided Jews and Israelis who subscribe to BDS, naively I believe, thinking that they will change Israeli policy. But basically they subscribe to the attempt to undermine the entire existence of the state of Israel.
So for our viewers, from the river to the sea geographically is from the Jordan River to the Mediterranean Sea. In that area is where the state of Israel sits on non-disputed territory. So the slogan, from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free, in order for that to occur, the state of Israel would have to vanish off the map. And you're right, within the United States especially, the organizers of BDS make no secret of the fact they want the state of Israel to be eliminated, and believing that an economic boycott will do that incentivizes them to continue their mission.
Absolutely. They believe it will hurt Israeli economy, they believe it will isolate Israel, render it a pariah state. This is part of what I call the political warfare. But they should understand from all the attempts in the past, when they tried economic boycotts, it did not deter Israel from continuing and building the country. Today we have one of the strongest economies in the world. They tried military, of course, wars, and we won all these wars. So now they try a different tactic, with different means. They think they will destroy us, and this is the political warfare, BDS, and all this incitement. It will not work. And I would advise the Palestinians that their leaders, they have been compromised by successive Palestinian leaders, all the way from Haj Amin al-Husseini, who went to Hitler back in the late 30s, all the way down to Arafat and Abu Mazen today. And unless and until they change their policies, accepting the Jewish right for our homeland, willing to live side by side with peaceful coexistence and cooperation, nothing will change. And of course, we have to do what we need to do, and this is defend ourselves and live our life to the fullest and really fulfill our, I would say, God-given mandate of being a light unto the nation, but also live up to 4,000 years of Jewish civilizations and tradition, and make sure that this tradition will live for the next 4,000 years.
Thanks, Danny. Thanks for joining us on Because You Asked. I'm Barry Nussbaum. You can always write to me at barry@americantruthproject.org. I'll get back to you, and if you have a question for the ambassador, drop me a note. I'll make sure he gets it.